Behind here at the scenes at Activision, together with Jono from Radical Entertainment, and Prototype 2. Prototype is actually returning.
That's right.
Tell us a bit about what happened since the infection hit New York in Prototype 1.
Sure. Well, in the 14 months since the original outbreak of the infection in Prototype 1, lots has taken place. We've got a brand new character. His name is James Heller, which you can see behind me here. And he's a man that was actually stationed overseas during the original outbreak. Comes back to his hometown in New York City and finds that it's absolutely ravaged. And he's only got one man to blame for that, and that's Alex Mercer.
So where's Alec?
Oh, he's around still. He's he's up to some no good. So Heller has made it his single focus to try to hunt down and kill Mercer. But Mercer's got his own plans, and throughout the course of the game, you'll see how that dynamic between the cat and mouse and how that interplays throughout the game will really result in a great battle at the end.
All right. So what's new when it comes to gameplay? What can we expect? New powers, new moves, etc.
Definitely. One of my favorite new moves is actually called the Biobomb, and what Heller does is he temporarily affects his target with the virus, and you can see him writhe in pain for a little while, and then after a moment of time, he will explode with a great tendrils and blowing everything up around him. It's a great distraction tool for Heller if he needs to access a base without getting noticed. It's also great for just clearing out an entire intersection.
The reactions when Prototype 1 came out, the reactions between fans and critics they were quite mixed. What kind of feedback did you get from Prototype 1 that you've been taken into account in Prototype 2?
You're absolutely right, and that was very mixed. A lot of people loved a lot of what we did in Prototype 1, but some people were kind of taken aback by just how crazy it was in terms of the pace of game. It was really frenetic, it was really chaotic, and people couldn't understand how to react to the situation. So one of the things we've tried to do to address that is try to bring the pace of gameplay back in the player's hands, using little tools like the tactical dodge and using hopefully a much better tutorialization system. I think players will have much better tools to be able to read and react to the battle around them.
But how over the top can you take it?
We can still take it over the top. Obviously, that was one of our bread and butters in Prototype 1. Just to be able to take that action scale from 1 to 11 really quickly is still there, but now we're introducing a few places where it's a little more relaxed, and sometimes it's a 7 out of 10, it's a 3 out of 10, and still keep all those interesting pieces of action there.
All right. One thing that always struck me with Alec while playing through the first Prototype is that he was an asshole. Sorry. But he was. He wanted revenge for something that happened to everybody around him. What's the main character like here? Is more of a nice guy or just as rotten?
Well, that's up for the user to decide. Obviously, Heller has some qualms with Alex himself. He sees Alex as the guy that released the virus and this guy that's caused basically all this mayhem that's ensued in the last 14 months. So Heller himself has a very single purpose, and it is driven by vengeance. It is, Heller has lost his wife and child to the virus, and he blames Alex for that. So his single purpose throughout the entire game is just to hunt and kill Alex Mercer.
How much storyline do you guys have? Because in the first game, you could just more or less play through it, throw a lot of tanks around, finish the story, and that was it. But if you wanted to, you could walk around and you can consume scientists and members of the military and so on to get more of a story. How much backstory do you guys actually have behind the scenes?
Well, we actually had a tremendous backstory in Prototype 1 with our Web of Intrigue. People love these little snippets of gameplay, snippets of movies that told the larger universe of what was Prototype. The problem was that because it wasn't tied intrinsically into gameplay, people kind of lost track of it and walked away from it. They didn't feel like it was a vital part of the game. This time around, we want to integrate all that into something we call BlackNet, which is our, in fiction, the secured encrypted network that both Blackwatch and Gentek use to run all their operations. So by hunting and consuming these key targets, you'll get their memories just like we did in Prototype 1, but now you'll unlock missions, side missions, and just open world activities for you to do to kind of populate the world with activities for people to have fun with.
So how far into development are you now? We saw what was said was pre-alpha build, special for E3. But how far into development are you back at home?
Well, we still got a lot of time to work on this game, and there's so much we want to do. What we've shown here at E3, we're pretty proud of, but we still see all the little things that bother us and things that we want to work on and things that we want to fix. And we're going to be doing that over the next year, and the game's going to be released sometime in 2012.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
It would have been quick, but now I'm going to make you suffer.